in my mind that's ever going to have it where fake Chinese food orders are going to outweigh the race. I personally don't think that my Asian American community is as smart as people want them to think, because there's a very narrow way of us thinking. Like, we don't really think outside of the box. Like, a lot of my people don't, and it takes a lot for us to be able to channel that type of intelligence. And it seems like not many of us can actually reach it. And this is not meant to be offensive to anyone. Just take this as constructive criticism to change and be better. Our people, we can all agree that we lack accountability. Our people have heavy issues with accountability, ego problems, trust issues, etc., right? And some of us be thinking like we're white. So I had to take a video down because I was like, I don't want the wrong message to be out there, because my people, we got problems with critical thinking. And the reason why I say this is because there is like a lot of people in the comments also speaking about how there's like fake orders going out to Asian business restaurants and such like that. I would like to make myself very clear, and this is the reason why I took it down. My people are so anti-Black that they will use that narrative and make it the reason why they will never address the anti-Black issues and racist issues in our community. And I seen it in the comments. Like, they're saying like, yeah, but the racist comments and like the fake phone orders, like, it's just unnecessary. But I understand what you're saying though. And it's just kind of like, okay, so what? The lack of accountability and entitlement is so alarming that if my people can just apply a little bit of common sense and humanity into their thinking, right, they would be able to understand that the Black community and their livelihood should always outweigh a business expense. And unfortunately, that is the part of accountability, right? Our people did something wrong. We're not the victims here. Hello. So let me make myself very clear, because I'm not going to say that is in our community. And I do hope that everybody understands this, right? Not just Asian people, but every person of color, because there's a anti-Blackness issues in every one of our communities. This is not just going to affect the Asian community. Do you guys get that? So like I said in my last video, everybody should be in support with this decision that the Black community is talking about. And if we really want to be unified in building solidarity together, sometimes we just literally got to sit down and listen.
The business owner, like the Asian business owners, Chinese, Korean, I never know like which is which when I'm looking at them or talking to them, but they are in an uproar right now. They are so upset because it is said that their businesses are getting boycotted, that their parking lots are empty, based off of a not guilty verdict that's recently happened prior to this weekend. And there's a lot of people upset, and people are really upset at the Asian community. I have never ever seen an Asian go off before until today. I have never seen a Korea or a Chinese person go off and just go in so hard until I seen it today on TikTok. These people are pissed. Allegedly, one Asian came back and said that we actually need them, that we can't make it without their businesses. They said everything that we buy is made in China, made in Korea, and so on and so on. The guy basically said that we cannot make it without their products. But yet, I don't think that he completely lied. If you go into our stores, 90% of what's on those shelves in the store, made in China. The next time you go to Walmart, Target, or any of those stores, pick up one of those coffee cups. Look at the bottom of it. Made in China. Your spoons, knife, and fork set. Turn it over and look at it. Made in China. The next time you go buy a blanket or something, look at the tag on the blanket. Made in China. So they are talking, bro, and these people are pissed because they feel like the boycott is really affecting their businesses. And if it's true, and some of the videos I've seen on TikTok today is true, and they're not made up AI videos, it looks like that boycott is taking effect extremely fast. One lady pulled up to 3 of the nail salons, and every last one of them was empty, man. Now, I don't know if those nail salons open on Sunday. She could have been capping and pulled up on a day that they were closed. But it seems to me like those nail salons are open 7 days a week, man. But them Asians is starting to try to clap back, bro. Y'all better be careful. I ain't never seen an Asian go off like I seen today. It's getting crazy out here, y'all.
I have seen more Asian Americans being upset at the fact that Black Americans are threatening to boycott Asian businesses than I have seen Asian Americans speaking out against the murder of Cyrus Carmick Belton, a child who was murdered at the hands of an Asian man. And this has everything to do with race, especially when anti-Blackness is so deeply rooted in our community. I have said this a million times, and I'll say it as many times as I need to so you can get it through your thick skulls. The only reason why Asians exist in America in such a large population is because Black activists fought for our right to be here during the Civil Rights Movement. White people did not want us here. It's not enough for Asian people to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist, and you have to be speaking out against these injustices, or else they'll continue to happen. We absolutely owe the Black community solidarity, and the sooner that we realize that we're not much different from each other is the sooner that real change starts to happen.
I don't really know where this solidarity came from. And I have never, ever, and I've been studying a lot of things. I've looked at a lot of things. I've researched a lot of things. I was not aware that Black people during the Civil Rights Movement were fighting for Asian people to be here inside of the United States of America. As a matter of fact, I'm a huge advocate for abolishing birthright citizenship that was for the descendants of slaves, because I think that too many people in the Asian community, in the European community, in the Hispanic community, in the Mexican community, in the Venezuelan community, in every single community that comes here illegally, I believe that they are taking advantage of a loophole in order to be able to justify them getting citizenship here in the United States of America. But that's neither here nor there. Number one, I'm just wondering, at what point will these panda bears and these people that are basically looking for acceptance from the Black community actually acknowledge that this wasn't a kid, this was a teenager that was carrying a pistol with a laser on it, pointing it on regularly on social media. And more importantly, the reason why he didn't want to show what was inside of his hoodie, because they genuinely thought that he had stole something. He was in the store with no money, in there for over 20 minutes, taking stuff, putting it back, taking stuff, putting it back. And when he was finally confronted, because the actual family had called the police over 200 times over a period of time, they've been threatened. People have been threatening to go to the car. They've been shot at before, the whole 9 yards. The reason why he didn't want to show what was in his hoodie is because he knew it was a gun. So he was stuck between a rock and a hard place because he had put himself in a position. And that doesn't mean that it couldn't have been handled more effectively. But more importantly, I don't understand what the outrage is about when you mess around and find out.
My grandma always used to say, people always think the grass is greener on the other side, but you still gotta water that shit. And every time I see certain conversations online, I always think about that. I'm seeing some folks say Black people shouldn't be boycotting Asian businesses. Y'all gonna see what happened to y'all. And I'm like, what happened to y'all? What happened to us? What happened to y'all? That's the part that always kind of gets me, right? If Black people don't matter, if the Black dollar ain't valuable, if Black people are doing too much, then stop taking our money. It's really that simple. Go on and get all them other dollars. Open your stores exclusively in communities where you feel like people don't complain, don't protest, and they don't speak up. Since we're such a burden, go and see how much it works out for you. The irony is Black people have spent generations fighting for equality, not just for Black people, but for everybody. And now a lot of people that benefited from the fight that Black people did, they want to say, just be quiet and shut up. But if it wasn't for us, they'd be no you. And now some of the people who benefited from Black folks opening those doors act like Black people don't bring nothing to the table. And that's why I don't get offended anymore. If you truly believe Black people have no value, stand on business. Stop taking the Black dollar. Stop opening businesses in Black neighborhoods. Stop marketing to Black consumers. And just let us know when that little experiment works out. Because see, my grandmama also taught me something else. Folks don't appreciate water until the well runs dry.
Comment like yours, I've been getting a lot of them. Our money, our choice. If you don't like our community, go sell your shit somewhere else. Okay, let's say if we all think like this, right? Let's expand that out just a little bit. The first point that we're gonna land on is everybody, every race siloed into individual groups. I'm sure you're gonna say, oh, that's fine, no problem. I would love to keep supporting my black community. Cool. So what happens after that? After that stop, things are going to get interesting. That's when the resources starts to become valuable and people are going to fight over it. That's when you're going to have a top and a medium and a bottom. I'm sure you realize what happened 200 years ago when people get segregated. And then you might say, this is a comment that was left in one of my videos. I'd rather spend my money, import X, Y, and Z products from China and bring it over here and sell it to my black community. And I'm fine with giving my money to the Chinese people because they have nothing to do with the stuff that's going on over here. Okay, that's fine. But what do you think is going to happen when you try to go import stuff? Do you think they're just going to be okay with what's going on over here? Do you think you're still going to get a fair price even if they are willing to sell to you? If we're going to keep going down this road of, oh, your people follow us around the store, okay? Your people knocked out a bunch of old Asian people during COVID times. Let's group up everything that your people are doing. Yeah, but I didn't do anything. It doesn't matter. It's y'all people. So everything that that person does, it belongs to all of you guys. I don't know how we can move forward. I'm just pointing out what you guys are saying and what the Chinese group are saying. You guys are not doing anything to help each other. This is just going to keep pushing each other apart. Also, again, this is just online beef. I've been seeing videos of black women going inside like Asian establishments and then asking the black people that are in there, what are they doing there? Not everybody knows what's going on online. Some people just out there living their life. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. If you guys want to boycott, go for it. I'm with you guys on that. Eventually, we're all going to need to find a solution because we all live in the same fucking planet, same country.
If you're an Asian business that said go ahead boycott when the black community said they were going to boycott Asian businesses, instead of reassuring them that you value their money, their lives, their anything, fuck you. Instead of making your black customers feel safe with you, instead you went on the defense and said don't shop here. Are you fucking serious? It's as simple as saying we value you. We see and understand your anger, and we want to make sure you know that you're safe in our business. Black customers have been extremely important to the success of a lot of Asian-owned businesses.
Boycott is still going on. Black Americans and Asians, I'm asking you, do you think that Black Americans, they will survive without supporting or without supporting Asian business? Because I'm sure this guy will still survive. Yes, I know we want to support each other, but one Asian can't make other Asians bad, you know. I think it depends. Not all Asians are good, but there are those one who are good. Right now, Asians are panicking because in some areas the boycott is working. Let us see what this Asian guy is saying.
The biggest problem with content creation is it's not that coming up with topics or writing the script or messaging people that you want to work with or even message, brands that you want to work with. Is how do you make your content easily understandable for the fucking artards on the internet? The people that watch your content and understand what you're trying to say, they generally okay. They like the video. They may not leave a comment and they move on. But the people that don't fucking understand the basic language, the basic English that I am fucking speaking, that is something I generally have no control over. And it's so hard to deal with. It's either people are disingenuous and trying to misinterpret what you're trying to say, or their English skill is so fucking poor, they can't even understand sixth grade English. And yes, I am admitting this. The thing I use AI for, it's not that to help me write scripts or to whatever. It's actually helped me to dumb down the things I want to say so more people can understand. The whole black people want to boycott like Asian stuff. I don't care. I really don't. You want to boycott? Go for it. That's your right as a human being. You want to say whatever you want to say in my comments? Go ahead. That's your right. I keep saying the things that the two black girls did is unacceptable. Just because you're upset with one single person, right? You're bringing in innocent people that has nothing to do with this, calling their restaurant, ordering a bunch of food, and then never going to pick it up. Just don't go to the salons or restaurants or, I don't know, clothes wash, whatever. That's all you don't have to go hurt those businesses. When you do something like that, it's actually not helping a cause.
I don't miss America at all. I am so happy. Child, how about we start boycotting businesses that fund politicians that destroy our communities? How about instead of Asian businesses, let's start boycotting Home Depot. Black people, get your focus right. Get your focus right. Meta, Amazon. Y'all not gonna do that. Meta supports the Trump administration big time. And the thing is, look at that. You have all this overzealousness to let's boycott the Asians. And you don't even know the corporations that you may support every day that support and fund politicians that are destroying Black communities. Meta employs less than % of African Americans, and people were using Meta platforms to talk about a boycott of Target.
So as someone who came from a family business that has actually operated my own family business with my husband, okay, I honestly think that it's okay if the Black community wants to boycott Asian businesses. I mean, I stopped going to nail salons because I didn't like the way that they were talking shit and making me feel uncomfortable, and I felt like I was being discriminated on because I wasn't Vietnamese. I stopped going like at least 5-6 years ago. That's why I started doing my own nails. Now, the Black community has every right to be able to apply their money to wherever it is that they are accepted to, whether it's to their own community or someone else that they personally know. I actually find it very offensive that, one, people think they can tell Black people what they can and cannot do with their money, right? And two, that you guys would even challenge their discernment as to why they choose not to go to any other establishments anymore for the safety of their own people and their family and their kids. That's actually insane. Like, this child, Cyrus, is a child that got murdered, but this isn't the first time that this has happened to their people. And the crazy part is that this is their country. Everybody who's an immigrant here, every person of color, came to their country because America is white Americans and Black Americans. Now, do I think boycotting is going to work? I think that it could work because obviously words are not enough at this point, right, to make any type of changes. But at the same time, I do believe that there is just problems in the system. There needs to be some type of heavy regulation that needs to change within the systems of giving out businesses or allowing people to open establishments in anywhere. And just fully giving it to anybody else besides Black Americans, because it's very difficult for someone in the Black community to really just go and get a business back then. Now it might be a little bit easier, but there are still some discrimination against it, right? They're going to make it very difficult and everybody's going to try to shut them down. Like, you guys don't be asking the right questions. Like, do you guys ever wondered, or have you guys ever studied about Black Wall Street? Those are the types of questions that you need to find out. You over here asking me, do you own your own family businesses? Look, I would never want to spend my money on anybody who's going to be racist towards me, killing my people, targeting my family, my kids. I would never want that. So if boycotting works because words are not enough, because they've been saying it for so long, they've been trying to reach out and try to communicate with every community of color at this point, and then there are people actually giving them backlash and being disrespectful, talking about we got our own Chinatown, we're going to stop having Chinese foods. That's some weird shit. And for the people who are saying not everybody's like that though, not everybody deserves that, you don't think that the people of the Black community already knows that? Why are you guys being so rude? They don't have to be told that. They don't have to be persuaded that. That's insane. It's disrespectful. Asian Americans, I just really want you to understand this. When you guys say stuff like that, you make it seem as if the Black community is incapable of making their own decisions. You guys are telling them what they should
If Black folks boycotting Asian businesses is what it takes to fast track Asian folks into deconstructing their internalized white supremacy and anti-Blackness, so be it. Boycott. I didn't apologize to the Black community in my video yesterday so that y'all would magically trust me or forgive Asian people suddenly. I apologized to hold my people accountable because the Asian community owes an apology and the Black community deserves to receive an apology. Is it enough? No. But is it one grain of rice in the direction of repair? I believe so. Trust can only be rebuilt through action, so I will continue educating Asian folks in my life, both online and in real life, to deconstruct the internalized white supremacy and anti-Blackness, because Black folks are some of the most soulful, caring people I know, and y'all deserve better.
It just dawned on me that Asians are having a FAFO moment. I've always fucking hated the 39 to 42% of Asians who voted for Donald Trump because I was like, how could you be that fucking stupid to vote against your best interest? And they're all racist over here thinking that they're better than everybody else, that they're not going to be detained and deported by ICE because it's all the Mexicans that are going to be detained. Not really caring about anybody else but themselves. And now after the Rick Chow verdict, when Asians are coming out in groves talking about, well, don't freaking punish a whole community of Asians by boycotting all Asian businesses, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this whole time they just cared about themselves. That's why they voted the way they did. Black people boycotting Asian businesses was not on my bingo card, but this is fucking a great twist of 2026. Can you do me a solid favor though? While you're boycotting Asian businesses and talking amongst yourselves of which businesses to boycott, can you prioritize the store owners who are registered Republicans? Yeah, fuck MAGA and anybody who voted for him. Fapo!
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.